He is cooler than his brother, but he is as cool as his brother? How does that make any sense? English comparisons are pretty complicated, so today we're going to take a look at them. Welcome to the channel Profe Charlie, where we learn about English and language in general. Today's topic is comparisons in English. And in English, there are three main types of comparisons. Comparisons with then, comparisons with as, and comparisons with to. So today we're going to take a look at all three and then do a little quiz at the end. The most common comparison is taking a comparative adjective and adding it with then. So what is a comparative adjective? To form a comparative adjective, you're going to take a normal adjective like tall and add an er, taller. And in other cases, you can use more as well. For example, more beautiful. The rule here is that adjectives with one syllable are going to add an er in the comparison. And words with two or more syllables will add a more and then stay in its adjective form. Hence, taller and more beautiful. That being said, two-syllable adjectives that end in y, like crazy or funny, instead of saying more crazy and more funny, you add an IER, crazier, funnier. And of course, there are some irregulars, like good becomes better, bad becomes worse, and fun becomes more fun. Even though it's one syllable, this is an exception. I don't know how to explain it. It's simply how it works. So once you have your comparative adjective, you add it with the word then to make a comparison. For example, Jamie's car is faster than her friend's car. Faster than. Mountains are more beautiful than beaches. Beautiful has three syllables, beautiful, so we're going to use more beautiful. Real Madrid is better than Valencia. So that's the most common type of comparison, an adjective word plus then. The next category that we'll look at are comparisons with the word to. These comparisons are similar to, compared to, and in comparison to. For example, Spanish is very similar to Portuguese. Mandarin is quite difficult compared to English. The cost of living in a city is high in comparison to living in a rural area. With in comparison to, we can also use with. For example, the cost of living is high in comparison with living in a rural area. Now that we've looked at comparisons with then and comparisons with to, let's take a look at comparisons with as. And these ones are when things are the same. For example, that new iPhone is basically the same as the old iPhone. The same as. If you'd like, you can also add a noun to this phrase. The couch is the same length as the other couch. The ukulele is the same size as my old ukulele. Now another way we can use as is by taking this type of phrase but using an adjective instead. For example, that car is as new as my car. His apartment is as expensive as his brother's apartment. And with this, you can also use not to make it negative and to show a contrast. So let's take that sentence again. His apartment is as expensive as his brother's apartment. You can say, his apartment is not as expensive as his brother's apartment, which is also saying his apartment is less expensive than his brother's apartment. Or the baby is not as tall as his father. So those are the three main ways to make comparisons in English. To summarize, we take a comparative adjective with then. That's the first way. The second way are three different phrases with to. similar to, in comparison to, and compared to. And the third way is using as, the same as good as. So we're gonna take a 5-question quiz, but before we do that, if you're enjoying this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Additionally, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, both at profe_Charlie. All right, let's test our knowledge and take this quiz. Number 1, pineapples are much sweeter, blank, limes. Number 2, her friend is older, blank, her. Number 3, Mount Rainier isn't as tall, blank, Mount Everest. Number 4, golf isn't too exciting in comparison, blank, basketball. And number 5, October is a better month, blank, January. Let's look at the answers. Number 1, pineapples are very sweet, compared, blank, limes. Compared to, this is one of the phrases with to. Number 2, her friend is older, blank, her. Older is a comparative adjective, so we're gonna say older than her. Number 3, Mount Rainier isn't as tall, blank, Mount Everest isn't as tall as. Remember, those two as go together. Number 4, golf isn't too exciting in comparison, blank, basketball. Here you can use to or you can use with. Remember, this one you can use both prepositions. And number 5, October is a better month, blank, January than January. Better is a comparative adjective. Comparative adjectives go with than, better than January. So I hope you did well on the quiz. Again, this is just an introduction to comparisons in English. So for more practice, write 2 different comparisons in the comments of this video, and I'll be happy to correct you or tell you if it's correct. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, give it a like, and share it with any friends who you think will be interested. That's it for today. Hope you have a good rest of the day. I'll see you later. Bye.